Hello, Sudan. Hello,
Hello,
Rakesh.
Hi everyone.
hello, Akash. Bin, Akash, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks for confirming. I'm on a remote desktop today, so I don't have access. So it looks like audio and the input and output comes out, but the camera does not work in a remote desktop session. But I should be able to share my screen today. Hello, Josh. Hello, Feynman.
Hello.
Hello, Josh.
How's it going?
Hi Josh.
Hi.
Hey, family.
Good,
Good
good.
evening.
Hey, Shiwei.
This is probably the last call of the year. So Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays and Happy New Year.
Okay, let me start sharing my screen. Can everybody see the screen right now?
I can.
Okay, thanks. So as usual, we'll run through the PR list. Just centering my window. Okay, so I think I got my window right now. First one, 1175, Bin. Is there anything that you're blocked on for merging the design doc for multi-tenancy?
No, so I think there are no more comments on this PR, so I'll merge it today.
Okay, I will be able to approve right after this meeting.
Yes, thank you.
And 1213, cache
Oh, yeah.
isolation.
Yeah, for this one, I want to do more validation on this PR before merging.
Okay, no problem. Akash is still working on the constraint templates, but I think he may be busy this week.
Yeah, I'll
One, two.
start to pick the work up starting tomorrow. Yeah,
Okay, sounds good. Ping us if you need anything.
sounds good. Thanks.
PR 1223, Juncheng,
Um,
are you blocked on anything for this one?
this one, it's functionally working, and I need to add one more line for the error log when we do not have the CRs when the configure has been already moved. So currently we do not have error log for that scenario. I will add a line of error log.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Thank you. 1230. This is the bug fix for adding a regex for looking for specific line breaks. So I've switched out the string matching for a regex to look for spaces or brackets. It's just a small change, so anyone can have a look once when you're ready. So that's everything on the PR list. Do we have anything on the web repository? Let me quickly check. Ratify.
I remember the web repository, Susan, you had a PR to update the CID version. So I think we can quickly go through that PR and to see if you want any helps or discuss this PR.
Yes, so yeah, this one, Binbin, I've had a previous discussion with Binbin to update the docs on our CRD examples to include, sorry, I think it's not examples, CRD references to explain the version and the default. So it's a pretty small change. Binbin should have most context on this one. So when convenient, please take a look, Binbin.
Yes, I'll take.
Thank you. Cool. Anything PR related before we move on to the presentations?
I'm not sure where to sneak this in, but I've been working with Akash too. I'll put it in the chat. So I've started to work on issue 1022, and that's about around the logging for external plugins.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, just I'm working on it. I finally got the dev set up. Got to answer some questions from Akash today in the Slack channel. So I've got the plugins working and stuff like that. So I'm starting to hack on that. But yeah, I don't know if I can be assigned to it or anything else. But
does the assign button work for you?
I don't think so because I'm a maintainer or not a maintainer. I'll check it, but yeah, I don't think I can assign to myself. And if I can't be assigned to it, it's not a problem. But I just wanted to put some awareness too. I'm putting some time into that particular issue.
Oh,
so
cool.
no updates
I
of
did
yet.
Not know that. Yeah, I did not know that only maintainers can assign task. Okay, good to know. Just having a quick look at the work item, Josh. So currently Ratify interacts with external plugins. Ratify will not catch the logs from external plugin. We already have issues tracking plugin refactoring.
Actually, I remember this one was based on our refactoring to the gRPC service. So I don't know if we can just do this, if we can just address this issue without refactoring the.
That's what I'm trying to work on. So instead of trying to refactor to do that, I'm keeping the binary executable as the plugin architecture there, and then just seeing if I can get better basically map the standard in, standard out between the binary and the main program, and add that to the existing logging. That's what I'm working on. I don't have anything proved out yet, but that's where I'm starting at least. So yeah, but I'll come back with my findings once I've dived a little bit deeper. I've just kind of got acquainted with the code base and the plugin set up and my dev environment set up is where I'm currently at. But
yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
That's great.
No problem.
Just a clarification. So this plugin interaction with the main executable, do we write the response? So let's say if the executor calls the cosine plugin to do a verification, is the verifying report, what is it called? Verifier report, is that printed on standard out, and is that how it's getting passed back to the main executor? I believe the
plugins only pass JSON. So there's a config that's passed into the plugin to kind of prime the environment along with some environment variables. And then there is a JSON response that is sent back via the standard in.
Out?
And so that is what comes back to the main program. But anything inside that executable, that plugin binary that would write to those other streams is invisible to the main program. So if there was an exit code 0 that was issued or something in that plugin, Ratify the main program, the executor is not going to be aware of that. And so that's what I'm trying to figure out is how can we map these streams between the two and add some better logging so we can see what the plugin's doing.
Yeah. So, Josh, you said the response is passed back from standard in or standard out?
So it's passed standard in is the config, and then standard out, I believe, is where the JSON's coming back from, but I'm not positive about that. But I do know that it is communicated via JSON to and from the plugin. But I'm not sure what mechanism.
Yeah, so I was thinking, like, I think the previous challenge is, let's say if the plugin emits some debug logs or output for logging purpose, that is sent to the same stream as the JSON response. So how do we capture the response as well as all the debug information? Binbin and Akash, was that the challenge before?
Yes, yeah, I think that's the main challenge right now.
Yeah, I was just wondering how would Josh keep them separate? Any ideas here?
My first attempt is going to be if I can map up the streams between the three standard in, standard out, and standard error. If I can map those from the main program to, or at least connect them to the plugin, that's going to be my first attempt. Other than that, we might need to, I don't know how I would create some kind of a contract between the two, and then it could return different errors. But that's at least where I'm going to start. But I don't know if I don't know yet if I need to completely refactor the interface, like how the plugin is being run, or if I can get away with calling the cmd.run and connect the streams that way. But that's at least where I'm going to start. But I don't have any promises.
Yeah, that's something we should try. So we map the executor standard out to the plugin standard out, so the plugin can write debug messages to the executor standard out.
Yep, and then we could handle those with the logging library that's already there. Is my thinking.
Yeah, sounds great. Let us know how you go. If you need any help, just ping us anytime.
Will do.
The other issue that I want to discuss, I've added to the agenda is 1089. So Binbin, this one is about when we apply a plugin CR, we're currently not validating the name, or we're not validating the version. So it's possible that the customer applied the CRD, and later during verification, they'll be presented with the error that like this plugin configuration is wrong or doesn't support the version. So I briefly looked into this. So currently we do like the message around, oh, we were unable to find the plugin or the version is unsupported, comes from the verify reference call. So when we get a verification request, we will then try to find the plugin, and as a part of running it, we'll do some version validation, which means if we want to detect the errors at CRD apply time frame, then we'll have to like the controllers for the CRD would have to reference, will have dependency on the executor, because a lot of the logic is actually a part of the I think there's a class called like skeleton and executor. So Binbin, does that align with the solution?
My initial idea is that we just want to do the basic validation on the CR. For example, the name, the version, and letter type. But for the specific configuration for each different, like for example, for notation for call sign, we want to the very specific like validation on them. We just do a general validation. So it will just report, for example, this plugin is not existing or the type is wrong, something like that. But we will not report that, for example, for notation verify, we will not say, oh, the cert is not existing or the trust policy is not correct, something like that.
Yeah. So it's okay. I just wanted to check with everyone on the call that it's okay to introduce new dependencies between the controller and the executor. I think we'll have to run the binary to do the version compatibility check. For checking if the plugin exists, that is more in the disk level. Like, can we find the plugin with this name on disk? But we'll have to run it to see the compatible version.
I feel that's okay if there is no secure dependence.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll do whatever like the refactoring that I can to expose the validation methods. Like, so currently they're on the reference code path, but I'll try to pull them out and see what makes sense. But I think there's no way to avoid introducing that dependency. But yeah, if anyone knows of a better way to validate the plugin, also feel free to reach out to me. Yeah, that's everything that I want to confirm for this one. Akash just sent a message for Josh that it looks like the standard. Okay, so Akash confirmed that the standard out of the plugin is used to pass the verifier report.
Yeah, so
and he sent some links.
yeah, so basically, Josh, the plugin execution, once after the execution is completed, it takes the standard out stream that's been copied from the standard out stream of the plugin, and then returns that back to the main Ratify plugin verifier. And in that, the plugin verifier is responsible for marshaling the standard out byte stream to the verifier report struct. So during that marshal process, it'll just extract the verifier report struct, and everything else that's in the standard out stream is basically not considered and thrown away. So
Okay.
I think your idea, what you're proposing, where if we can kind of merge the two streams, that might be a good way to start.
Okay, cool. Because then we can handle the errors before creating that struct and marshaling it, and then, yeah, okay. Well, thanks for finding the code repos. It's good to. That's what I was guessing, but I didn't have the exact code link, so thank you. I appreciate it.
No worries.
Cool. Thank you. Let's look at the issues. If we have anything new to triage.
Sorry, Susan, I still have a
Yeah.
question regarding the issue validate external plugin name. So can you go
Oh,
back
sure.
to the previous issue? Yeah. So what I'm understood is that this issue is intended to validate if there's any invalid plugin name or the basic information when users fill out in their CR, right? Ratify should be able to identify if users fill out a valid plugin information when they enabling an external plugin. I think that's the purpose of this issue, right, Bingbing?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yes.
As Susan, you mentioned, we will introduce a new dependency to resolve this issue. I'm curious what kind of dependency we will introduce, and what's the proposed solution to resolve this issue. I basically think this issue is a good proposal, and it will help users to get the error earlier before the error happened in the logs.
Yeah, the dependency is more from a internal implementation package reference level. So I think today the executor references the controller, like at the executor method, we return the active verifiers and the active stores. I haven't tried it out, but I have a little bit of concern for like circular dependencies, like the executor depends on the controller, and then the controller needs something from the executor. I'm not sure if that will be an issue, which is why maybe I will need to do some refactoring over there. But Feynman, it's more from an internal package level.
Okay, gotcha. I was just curious if we want to introduce a new component or a new CR to handle this kind of logic, but seems not. So I think that's good, and I don't have any concerns on that.
Okay, thanks for checking, Feynman. And Binbin, as a part of this implementation, we're also thinking to introduce the status property to the store and the verifier. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. So, Feynman, the customer experience is when they apply the CR, because the reconcile logic is asynchronous. So if there's something like if the controller through an error during reconciliation, the customer won't see the feedback on the terminal immediately, but they will be able to describe the object, the CR, and then if there's an error, it'll be printed to a new property we'll introduce, and it'll be like verifier.status or verifier.property.status, but I haven't looked where we will be adding the status field, but we're thinking of introducing a new property to the CR.
Okay, I understood. Thanks.
Yep, thanks for clarifying. Okay, so close 1089.
And I also have another question regarding the Ratify website, and I added one issue to the agenda topics.
Oh, sure.
Can you open
issue
the last
27.
issue? Yeah.
Yep. It's a good opportunity to look at all the issues in the web repository as well. Support search on the website.
Yeah, this has been asked for twice, so I'm thinking I can take it. What I'm wondering is that does Ratify has a public Gmail or email that we can use to apply for any third-party services? So specifically for this issue, I will need to use a public email to request a third-party service, the Agolia search, that can be used for the website. It's an third-party service and free for open source project. I'm not sure if Ratify has a Gmail or a public email that we can use. If not, maybe I can help to register a new one. If we have, just let me know.
Yeah, so we have the CNCF upstream email. That's one possibility, but I will have to check with others before we use it for this purpose. Yeah, the other option is we can go create our own Ratify Gmail. Is that standard practice among the open source projects?
Yeah. At least at Notary Project and Auras, we have dedicated Gmail for those purposes.
Sounds good. Would you be able to create one for Ratify? We currently don't have one.
Okay. I think I can create a Gmail for Ratify because some of the third-party services may require that. And I will use that Gmail to register a service for the Agolia search. Then it will be able to use in the Ratify website, and I will add a search for the website, a search functionality.
Yeah, just looking at the history, is I don't know how to pronounce his first name. Sahil? Is
Actually,
he still willing to take it?
he lose tracked. He lose tracked in this issue, so I think I will be able to take it by myself. It's not too much work
Okay.
to do. Just need to apply for an account, then apply for the service of the Algolia search. It's a tiny work.
Yeah, sounds good. And Feynman, is there any other items that we should pull in to the current milestone?
You mean 1.2? You mean the milestone
Yes.
1.2 or which milestone?
Yeah, that's a good point. To 1.2.
I think it depends on the feature plans that we want to deliver, or we want to deliver in 1.2. I feel that we need
sounds
to
good.
create a complete proposal for 1.2 and list the documentation structure with the new guidance in that proposal. Currently, we don't have a very comprehensive plan for 1.2 in the documentation in the website.
I see. So for the Ratify 1.2, if we're doing investment in the cosine area, so maybe we will need to, we'll work with E to address issue 41. Make sure if we are making improvements in the cosine verifier, then we'll also make sure to clarify any documentation issues as well.
Yeah.
Cool. So let me just refresh the agenda. Okay. Yep, we've covered all these items so far. Let me take a quick look at the Ratify report for new issues as well. Is this a different project? Yes.
No, it's a personal GitHub handle. It's not a project.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, because we need the organization first. Issues. Yeah. I think we went through these issues on Monday already. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take off the label. Or maybe there's like a save button that I did not save, which is why the triage label is still there. But it's okay. I will be able to remove the triage label after the call. Anything else anyone would like to discuss before we wrap up today?
Nothing on my end other than it's good to see everybody. Familiar faces.
Cool. Yeah, I'm sorry my video isn't working today. I'm
that's
on
all
a
right.
different laptop.
No worries.
But yeah, thanks for joining everyone. I hope everyone have some time off at the end of the year, and we'll see you next year. I'll post an announcement that the next week community meeting will be cancelled. So happy New Year.
Happy New Year. See you in the new
Yeah.
year.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy
everyone.
holidays.
Thank you. Happy
Happy New
holidays.
Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care, everyone.